Hey guys, so today I'm going to be doing a little work on my girlfriend's 2016 HRV. As you saw in my last video, there's a little more corrosion underneath the car than I'd expect for a 2016 with 22,000 miles. So I did some research online and I found a product that I didn't even know about before, and I wish I did because I just did it to the Civic. What it's called is fluid film, and this stuff is like a wax you spray underneath your car. You can use it to coat pretty much any kind of metal. So as you can see, the underneath of my Civic here, I sprayed this on about 3 or 4 weeks ago, and we haven't really had any salt here in Hudson Valley, New York, but yet for the winter. But as you can see how wet everything looks. Basically I just got under there with a rattle can. Make sure everything is dry before you start and somewhat clean. I kind of sprayed the underneath of the car first, and then just coat it with this fluid film stuff right out of a spray can. It's $9 a can at Lowe's, and it's definitely worth it in my opinion. It looks pretty good so far, and I sprayed pretty much everywhere underneath the car that's known to rust on Hondas, like the control arms. You know, the fuel tank straps are a big one, as you can see in there. These get very rusty on the 8th gens. Mine are no exception. They're very rusty, but I coated the hell out of them with this fluid film, and you know, the rest of the car underneath. I don't suggest doing exhaust components towards the front of the car. I did that, and I could smell the fluid film inside the car for pretty much a week straight when I was at stoplights, because I'm pretty sure the exhaust burns it off, and when you have heat blown in your car, it'll blow the scent of the fluid film inside your car. It's not toxic or anything, it just smells like a wax. So on the Civic, I know it's tough to see here with the lighting, but I did pretty much the whole subframe, the front control arms too. And like I said, I sprayed the flanges to the exhaust. I think some of it burned off, but I'm still going to do it to the other car because it's better than nothing. I know those components get very hot towards the header, and they may just burn it off, but it's worth a shot. And so that's how this car looks. I'll report back in the spring and link the video to this video to show you guys how well it held up. I'm going to be pressure washing the car underneath all winter too, and they say online it's supposed to hold up pretty well and stay stuck to the frame, so hopefully this will prolong the life of the car quite a bit. So you can use this stuff on battery terminals too. It's supposed to be a corrosion preventative on many surfaces other than just metal. You can spray it on your battery terminals, so I'm going to plan to spray it on these battery terminals on the HRV, even though they don't look too corroded yet. Just miscellaneous components under the hood, kind of like that solenoid there, where that's just raw steel rusting away. And don't try to get it near your serpentine belt because you don't want that to slip. But I'm just going to kind of coat miscellaneous studs sticking out, you know, that can rust over time. Those steel bolts have a kind of a coating on them, probably a zinc coating, but that'll wear off over time and they'll start to get some corrosion on them. So you can take your time, and it's nice with this. You can concentrate where you want to spray it, so you don't get to undercoat the stuff that is not going to rust. Like, you know, you don't want to spray your engine block because the aluminum is not going to rust. It's just going to get some corrosion on it. But so I'm going to go underneath the car and basically just shake this, and it sprays a lot nicer when you put the extension straw on it, and just go to town and start coating stuff that you think could be saved. Here, so I'll show you guys how this stuff sprays out. I'm going to spray this stud right here on the engine. Kind of bubbles up and then kind of hardens. There's like a waxy film that goes over everything. So I'm just going to kind of go around, coat some of the bolt heads, and as you can see there, it kind of sizzles for a second and then kind of cures onto the surface. Definitely a good thing to spray is these radiator clamps that go around the hoses. I've seen them on many Hondas rust out pretty quick, and then you can have the clamp failing and then the radiator hose popping off or leaking coolant, and that can be bad news. So to coat those and take precautions of preventing those from rusting is definitely a huge one. And then, you know, I'm just kind of coating anything that I see surface rust starting on. This stuff's supposed to prevent rust, and it's also supposed to stop rust from continuing to grow on stuff it already started on. So like this part down here, I'm just gonna spray a little bit on, let it harden on there. But the main thing is to get it underneath the car. That's where, you know, most of the salt is gonna see. I'm gonna do, like, you know, the subframe, the control arms, the knuckles, and everything. As you can see over there, the knuckles are very rusty already. So I'm gonna do what I can to save them. You know, mostly focus on screw threads and stuff. So yeah, I mean, that's really all there is to it. Just go underneath the car, put it up on jack stands, and just start coating stuff that you think could rust. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next time, and subscribe, leave a comment, and share the video. Thank you.